Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into the channel. James here. So today's a pretty exciting day for me. Today I pick up my 2018 Civic Type R. It's going to be the crystal black pearl, or whatever the fancy color they call it for the black. And yeah, so we're going to be heading out. I'm going to be stopping by into Canadian Tire first, grab some Scotch Guard to protect the seats, and yeah, we're gonna see it from there. So we're gonna be heading there in my wife's old 2010 Chevy, which we're trading in, and she is getting my old car, which is not very old. There it is right there. It's a sport touring hatch in a beautiful rallied red. I really wanted the Type R in red, but in Canada it's not coming out yet, and I'd have to probably wait a while. And after test driving my friend's Type R, I didn't really feel like waiting too long. So the plan is to get the whole Type R wrapped, some kind of satin red, a little bit different than the rally red. So we'll see. I've been looking for prices and such for that. Yeah, so we're off for that. That's the plan. Yeah, so when I first got the sport touring, I never really thought I'd be, I'd get into the car so much. Like, I wasn't big on cars, really. I had a Scion XD, 2011 Scion XD. It was white. Got me from point A to point B, and that's not what mattered. It got me through school and such. But then I saw this 10th gen Civic hatch, and I was like, holy smokes, it is wonderful. Oh, hopefully we don't get too much shake in the camera. So yeah, anyways, I saw this hatch, and I did all my research, and I loved how it looked, and I even though I wasn't big into cars, I did enjoy the thought of turbos. My dad has a 2-liter turbo Genesis coupe. Let me drive that every now and then. I don't know, I thought that was a pretty fast car, and I was like, oh smokes, this Civic kind of feels similar to it, the sport touring. So yeah, I got it in Canada. We're lucky enough to have the sport touring in manual, so I got a 6-speed sport touring rally red, 2017. Got it last August. Drove it. First thing I did to it was Hondata. Tuned it with Hondata. That changed the car even more. Then I started getting into it. Lowered it on some springs. Continued with the Hondata tunes, PRL intake, intercooler, strut bar, the Civic Type R rear sway bar, and then a bunch of cosmetic mods. I bought the Type R spoiler, the generic eBay one that they have currently, and then ABS Dynamics came out with that much nicer spoiler, so I bought that as well. And I just had it painted and all that, and then I kind of realized upgrading the 1.5 liter on the sport touring was kind of an uphill battle, right? The turbo has the different wheels than the SI. Spool's different amount of boost. The rods are, I believe, 15% weaker. The SI has stronger rods according to other people's research. So I was thinking, turbo upgrade, get new rods, all that stuff, but it just seemed like an uphill battle. So I started looking into the Type R. Obviously, beautiful car. I love how it looks. Kind of considered, I guess, a unicorn car. Not everyone has it. They're not very common here in Ontario. I live in Brampton, Ontario, so that's near Toronto. We have our 10th gen club. I kind of joined that. Been going to meets, met a few people, saw a bunch of Type Rs there. Then I had a friend who was nice enough to actually let me test his Type R, because I told him I'm considering buying one. So he let me drive it, and holy smokes, I was blown away. seeing it and hearing about it is much different than actually getting to drive it. You know, like just the power, the response, and like it just felt like after going back to my sport touring, the sport touring felt like mush. Everything felt mushy and like butter. Like the clutch was soft, the gears were sloppy, the acceleration felt like I was driving some slow whatever car, and I was like, holy smokes. So I went shopping around. I had another friend help me out, tell me where all the Type R's are in Ontario available. There were 9 available in all of Ontario. I went to 3 dealerships. First 2 dealerships didn't want to do anything for me. They just wanted me to buy the car MSRP, which I understand. You know, they have the demand, supply and demand, all that good stuff. But you know, if you work hard enough and you have the option, you'll always find a deal somewhere, right? So I went to Newmarket Honda. They had a black one in stock. And once I got there, they treated me very nicely. The salesperson wasn't cocky. The manager wasn't cocky. They struck up a deal with me, and I got a bit off of MSRP, right? That was on Monday. So today's Wednesday. That was on Monday. So I told them I want delivery on the car in 2 days. I don't want to wait. I go back to work on Friday. I have a few days off, so I wanted the car. I wanted to enjoy it a few days before I have to go back to work. So yeah, and now I'm heading there to pick it up. That was the journey, and it's pretty damn exciting. The badge number on the Type R is 12294, I believe. I think that's what it is. It doesn't have any significance to me, unfortunately. It would have been cool if it did, but I don't really care at the end, right? It's a Type R. It's gonna be freaking sweet. Yeah, so planning on a muffler delete and the whole car wrap to start off. Then in a little while, gonna send my ECU in to the Honda, get that all jailbroken, and you know, get the Honda tuned. I like Honda. They worked really well on my sport touring, so I'm gonna go back to them. And yeah, then probably a PRL intercooler as well. One of the biggest issues with that with the Type R, it seems, is like heat soak and controlling the heat in the engine bay. Once you overheat, start losing power, start losing performance, and nobody wants that, right? You want the most out of your car at all times. So those are some of my plans. Hopefully I can keep them updated. It's gonna probably be a few months. Type R is a big purchase, of course, and but even stock, it's gonna be very, very enjoyable. Oh, another thing I'd like to mention is the drive modes, or the comfort modes, suspension modes of the Type R, right? So of course, if you've done any research about the Type R, you know it has R+, Sport, and Comfort. Personally, when I was driving the car in R+, I still thought it was super comfortable. I was on like straight roads, some bumpier side roads, and the car felt planted, it felt comfortable. The bumps and all that stuff didn't really bug me at all, right? I was all good. So I'm pretty excited about that. If in R+ the car is comfortable, then the other 2 modes are gonna be just perfect for daily driving. Some people ask why not an SI, right? SI, get the 1.5, just continue upgrading the 1.5 turbo on the SI. But I absolutely wanted a hatch. My favorite trims are the hatch trims. I love how it looks. I love the utility of it. Sometimes if I go on any trips or anything like that, the Type R has plenty of storage. I can hit up IKEA and still bring back a desk or whatever, right? I did that with my sport touring. The utility is just great, right? And yeah, that's my reasoning behind that. I love the hatch. The hatch is for me. So yeah, I'm just almost pulling into Canadian Tire. We're gonna grab some Scotchgard like I mentioned, and then we're gonna make our way to Newmarket. Unfortunately, it's raining today, so it's kind of shitty weather to be picking up such a beautiful car, but what can you do, right? At least I'll have it today. All right, let's see you in a bit. All right, so we're at Canadian Tire. Let's see what's inside. All right, so we went in and out real quick. I literally just went in for the Scotchgard. So Scotchgard Auto. Oh, not too much sheen. There you go, Auto. Yeah, apparently this stuff is really good for your seats, cloth seats. My sport touring obviously had leather, so I didn't have to do any seat protection. Just clean the leather. But for the Type R, for those fabric seats, gonna give it a good spray. I'll probably make a video of it, and then we'll see. But I think it's gonna work pretty well. Seems to be like the best choice that everybody uses. All right, well, I'm off to Newmarket Honda now. It's about an hour drive for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill, listen to music, get there, and I'll show you the Type R when we get there. All right, cheers. Made it to Newmarket Honda. Saying bye to the little Chevy. Bye-bye. Well, here she is, my Type R. Brand new. 12294. We're gonna go gas her up, and then I'm gonna take her home. So we're sitting in my Type R. I just fueled the car up under Honda's money, because I told them I don't want anybody driving the car, so they said no problem, we'll go with you, we'll let you fuel up. Filled it up with 94 octane, full tank. So I'm gonna drop the employee off and we're gonna be heading home with it. Awesome. All right guys, I filled up, back at the dealership now. Seriously super excited for this car. It just feels amazing, and kind of impatient that I have to wait 1,000 kilometers before excuse me, can really rip it in this car. Got to break her in nice and easy, eh? Obviously nice red seats, all that stuff. I'm sure if anyone looked up the Type R, you already know what it is. All right, so now I get to drive her back home, and yeah, the dealership was very nice. The car was nice and clean, no dings. I didn't see any swirls. Made sure I did not have any. And yeah, oh, let me show you guys my first modification on every car, but this is the first technical mod on the Type R. So bam, hopefully you can see that. It's my blind spot mirrors. I love those things. Save me. They let me see better. I don't personally like the lane watch camera on the car, so I'm gonna be turning that off. I find that if I'm using the GPS or anything like that, and I'm turning right, it like just, I don't know, it turns on the camera and it just gets in my way. So all right, peace. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.